It's Friday the 9th of August 2019. We're at 62 Chadwell Avenue in Cheshunt for the inventory checkout report. We have the inventory check-in video, and this is the end of the tenancy report, so we can compare the two side by side. This is some beading that is missing. The door bar into the kitchen is broken and quite badly chipped. The beading here is totally broken. On the inventory report, when coming in, it stated that all of the doors were white woodwork gloss, all of the door frames were white woodwork gloss, and that we gave the tenants permission to repaint, providing that the doors were and the walls were put back to the condition they were in. All of the doors internally have been painted magnolia, and the painting condition is extremely poor. Every single door has patches like this which are white, and that's the white paint underneath. The door frames, some of them have been painted magnolia, as you can see here. If we go just into the kitchen quickly, this is the bottom left of the kitchen door, and again you can see all around here the white patches. And down here on the cupboard door, there's paint on the tiles. This is the kitchen. And if we go into the first bedroom, we can see all of the skirting boards here have been painted magnolia. Same again on the door, that's magnolia. And again, there's lots of patches. So every internal door is like this, with a patch of white paint showing that for some reason it hasn't been painted over. So the painting condition generally is extremely poor. This is still in the first bedroom, and it's just showing that the ceilings have been overpainted where the walls have been painted in the past. These walls are stained with historic water damage from something that happened upstairs, so that won't be something that's deducted from the deposit. It's remedial action that we're taking place. So the wallpaper has been taken off just to find out the extent of the problem. On the lights, you can see there's a lot of white paint already on the actual light fitting. This wardrobe was left behind, and we are requesting that the tenants who just moved out take this away with them. We're now going into the lounge. The radiator is extremely dirty inside, all of the way along. But we are going to be replacing it with a new radiator, and we won't be charging for this new radiator, but it is in a very dirty condition. This is the door to the living room, and again we have a white patch here, down here, and several patches on here. There's white, that's white down there, and down the frame, again it's very poorly painted. You can see white paint here all the way down. This is in the corner of the windows, the UPVC frames down here have been overpainted with magnolia paint from the walls. This is the TV and the FM aerial box, which is hanging out of the wall, which will need to be repaired. There's quite an extensive amount of condensation mould in this room, as we can see down here. The skirting boards are very dirty, with lots of staples, which all need to be removed and repainted. So we've had to take some wallpaper off there to see the extent of the damage. We're now in the master bedroom. This is the cupboard for the boiler, and again lots of very poor painting with white that hasn't been painted. Let's show the magnolia. And here again on this cupboard, all through the flat is a very strong smell of animals, either a dog or a cat. We know the carpets have been cleaned, but the strong smell is of animals, dogs or cats. and it's very strong. This is in the hallway. The light fittings have paint on them. That wasn't there when the tenancy commenced. This is the inside of the toilet. As you can see from the photograph that was taken before, this was clean, and that's really bad build-up of scale. But this is not something that we'll be deducting from the deposit because we are going to be replacing the toilet. There's evidence of quite considerable condensation mould in the tiles, in the grout. But again, we are going to be updating the bathroom, so there won't be a charge for this. But there are more white patches here. There are lots of holes in this door where clearly something's been drilled into the door. That damage wasn't there. More white paint patches, as you can see. And in the kitchen, all of these floor tiles are now very badly cracked and damaged. And none of these were damaged when the tenancy started. So this is damage, not wear and tear. Unfortunately, this means the whole floor has to come up and new tiles will have to be relaid. Two of these rings on this hob are not actually working, so it's not functioning properly. But again, no deduction will be made from the deposit because we're going to be installing a new hob. And again, on the light fitting, there's paint. And this light fitting is actually missing one of these plastic rings here. One of these. It was there at the beginning of the tenancy and it's now not there. And there is paint on all sides, and this is actually quite rusty now as well. And the ceiling is very greasy and very dirty, but again, we won't be making a charge for the ceiling because we will class this as wear and tear, and we will be having it redecorated. This is the letterbox opening at the front, and it's broken apparently by the postman. And we're outside in the garden now. There's lots of old dead weeds. There's a lot of overgrowth in this corner, which we've already informed the tenants that this needs to be fully removed. The grass needs to be cut. It's very patchy. These boxes need to be cleaned and thrown away. There's wood there that needs to be removed. This drain area is really badly full of soil and whatever else. That really needs to be cleaned out. And the main area, which again we have informed the tenants about, is this, that there's a lot of blackberry bushes have grown up. There was nothing in this bottom corner when the tenancy commenced. There's a huge amount of undergrowth, some extremely overgrown rose bushes. There are some scrubs and things down here. The fence panels are quite loose. We can repair those. There's a tree here. I think this looks like a little cherry tree. That wasn't there when the tenancy commenced, but we've asked the tenants if they can just cut this down to a decent size. But there is a large tree here which has grown up over the last 6 years, which needs to be cut right down to head height. And it can stay, but it has to be completely cut down. So this is the large tree that's grown up over the last 6 years. To clarify, when I say cut down, it needs to be, the top of it needs to be cut to under the height of this. So really cut from the top down, not completely cut down and taken away. It can stay. The fence panels are all in extremely very poor condition, but again, we won't be charging for this because we'll be replacing this with new ones. There are some old fence posts there which need to be removed. This whole area just needs to be completely cleared out exactly as was shown in the picture from the beginning of the tenancy. This is a large plastic pot. This can stay. The big plastic pots don't have to be taken away, but the tenants can take them away if they wish. Again, showing all of the blackberry bushes. So this whole area is in need of some very good attention, but that's a significant tree that needs to be pruned significantly. The final area is just surrounded by the bins. This needs a really good clean. It's quite dirty, and there's some old bits of rubbish and wood that needs to be removed. All of the external windowsills, like that one and this one and this one, are all flaked, and it's the same at the front, but there will be no deduction from the deposit, because we'll class that as wear and tear. All of the windows are extremely dirty and need to be cleaned inside and out. It's not, you can't really see on the video, but they are very dirty, so they need to be cleaned internally and externally, and the frames are very dirty, and these had all been cleaned before the tenancy started, so we would expect this to be completely clean. Out at the front of the building, and again the windows are very dirty. There's some dirt there. It's really not easy to see. The frames are dirty, they all need to be cleaned. The windowsills again, same as the back. This is the living room windows, which you can actually see how dirty they are. So inside and outside, the frames are very dirty, so these really need to be cleaned. This sill is cracked and the paint's chipped, but we need to talk to the council about this, so there'll be no deductions. There's a route which we have reported to the council that's grown up, but again this whole area was very clear when the tenancy started. This needs to be cleaned out. We have a rather extensive amount of overgrowth here, some unnamed bush, which again needs to be cleared out. This is just next door as a comparison, and you can see the video at the beginning. This was very clear.